Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jen Casey. I'm Assistant Superintendent of Student Services. Welcome to CBSD's annual speech contest. We're so excited that you're here to participate and listen to some amazing speeches of fifth grade students. You guys are going to be great. Before we get started, I want to thank our judges, our volunteers, and our sponsor, the new Rotary of Chula Vista. Without you, we wouldn't be here to participate. We thank you for your support and giving our students a voice. Thank you. I also want to thank our students for being here. I know how much hard work and dedication it is to prepare and deliver a speech. You're going to be amazing. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to bring up Rochelle Carroll. She's going to introduce our students. She's going to give us some instructions. And I wish you all the best. Let's get inspired by words.
All right, good morning, everybody. Again, thank you for being here. We're so excited to have you here. So we want to welcome you again to our CBSD annual speech contest. And I'm Rochelle Carroll. I'm the Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction. And I'm so excited to be here to MC today and kind of take you on this fun journey that you're going to be on. So how many of you students are excited? Yes, all of you. This is going to be a great day. So before we call out the first student, let's do some listening. Right? So we first want to thank our incredible judges. Just like Mrs. Casey had mentioned, our judges are so important and we're so appreciative that they're here. They have the hardest job in the house. Really do. So I'd like to thank Ms. Kathleen Carroll. We are not long-lost cousins, although, you never know. She is from the Noon Club Rotary. And again, we're so appreciative of the donation that your club made to allow our finalists to have cash prizes. So thank you very much. We also have Leslie Payne from the Sweetwater Authority. Thank you for being here. And we have a retired Chula Vista Elementary School District leader who actually had my job a million years ago. I have her job from a million years ago, Lee Wolf. So thank you, Lee. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, one of the most important things we're going to do, and I'm going to do it with you. We're going to make sure our cell phones are either off or turned to silent, okay? Because we're going to be recording, and some people have really great ringtones and songs and all kinds of things that come on when their phones ring. So let's just make sure that they are turned off. That'll be really helpful. We're also going to ask that there are no recordings or photos during the event. It can sometimes be very distracting, and then again, it can cause some problems. We are recording in the back, and we are going to be posting that for you to have access to. Another important thing to note is that no one is allowed in or out of the room while the speeches are going. So if a speaker is up speaking, then we wait until they're done. And when we have that transfer of students where the next student comes in, the doors will open. And so if you need to go out at that time, then you want to do that, okay? We want to make sure that we try to stay as quiet as possible and to stay out of the middle aisle. As you'll see on the ground here, there are some cameras, microphones, I don't even know what they all are. There's something important. So let's stay out of the middle aisle and know that our speakers are going to be standing right up here in the middle. This is where they're not at that podium. Speakers have the choice of, and I'll ask them when they come in. So when they come right into the room, I'll ask them whether they want the podium or not. And that white podium will be brought up for anybody who wants to use it. If they don't, you don't have to use that at all. Then obviously I won't bring it up if they don't need it. So this is where they'll be. So this is the place to watch. We want them very close to the judges, so the judges have firsthand to be able to see them and hear them. Okay, don't forget also that if after the contest is over, we still have opportunities to take photos out in the lobby there, the reception area. And please make sure too, if you are in need of using the restroom or anything like that when you go out, there are restrooms right out here, right outside the door, and there's also some down the hallway. And students, you're going to have that opportunity because you're going to be going into another room in just a minute. Let's see. So remember that all photos And the video will be posted on the website, and you can go to @CVESD News, our social media channel, to get access to all this. We're going to give it up to 48 hours to get that posted to make sure everybody's is up. But you'll be able to grab any of the photos that were taken out here for you or the video at that time. So today, contestants are going to deliver their speech within 3 to 5 minutes, right? With 5 penalty points deducted for speeches that are under 3 minutes or over 5 minutes. And that's why our timer here, thank you to Mrs. Cruz, she is going to be timing and recording the times for each speech, and we'll provide that to the judges. So under 3 or over 5, okay? We're going to make sure that in case of a tie, the first tiebreaker will be scored for content, so the total points there, and then poise and delivery will be second. So it's broken up into 2 parts. After a student gives their speech, they're going to be sitting down in the front row and in this reserved seating area, and you're going to be staying in here the whole time. So we're going to take all students out after I'm finished, so they're going to have their own room to go sit in and relax and enjoy and be together, and students will come in one at a time. When you're done with your speech, then that's where you'll be in these first 2 rows, okay? Okay, so students that move on to the finals, we're going to be selecting 3 students from this morning and 3 students this afternoon. We have more 5th grade students who are going to be speaking this afternoon. Those 6 finalists will be coming back on Monday morning for our finals, okay? Okay, let's see. Anything else that I forgot? 48 hours for turnaround for pictures and videos. And so finally, one of my favorite parts is letting you all know that this book, The World Needs More Purple Schools, I don't know if anybody's ever read this book before. It is a wonderful book, and it ties in so nicely with our theme, what the world needs. So this book is going to go into every school library, and inside is going to be a book plate with all of our finalists from each of your schools. So your school will have the finalists from your school's name in this book to be memorialized and be in the library forever. So your people are going to be able to go there and check out that book and see your name in it for being the finalist here in the speech contest. So it's really exciting. And again, if you haven't seen this book, oh, fantastic. The world does need more purple schools, I promise you. Okay, so I think I have caught everything. Again, we want to thank you all for being here. Students, it's going to be a fun morning. We're so excited for you. We're so proud of you, and we thank you for being here. Family and friends, all of you who are here to support these incredible students, thank you for being here as well. We appreciate it. So I want to give all of us all a big hand. All right, so are we getting ready to get started? Okay. So students, what I'd like to ask you to do now is to, if you want to leave your jacket with your family, you can. If you want to keep it on, that's okay. But Ms. Castro is going to take you out to our student room. So you'll be waiting in there until you come in and speak. So let's stand up so we can give our students one more big hand before they leave. Just in case Ms. Castro is not here at the end of the speech contest when we announce the winners, because she is running around doing 700 different things in this office, I really want to thank her for all of her amazing work. We so appreciate all that you've done to make this possible, so thank you. All right, students, go ahead and go. Thank you. All right, so now all of you can breathe. Take a deep breath. Okay? I promise you, once they get up here and they actually get to do their speech and everything, you're going to say, oh, okay. I'm sure some of you are more nervous than they are. It's such an incredible opportunity to really get to see our amazing students at Chula Vista. You know, when I think about working in curriculum and instruction, it's exciting, right? We have so many things that our students are learning and doing, and coming here to celebrate some of the most incredible students in our district. Wow. So I hope that you are as excited as I am to be able to be here and share this experience with them and with everybody here. Thank you again. We'll get started in just a moment. We'll bring in our first speaker. Speaker number 1.
Hello, my name is Samara Jones. Raise your hand if you have ever seen someone living on the street. Sadly, it is probably something you see daily nowadays. There should be no people having to suffer on the streets. But we have a solution: charity. Charity is something that can help and solve multiple of problems we have in this world. Today, I'm going to be talking about the most dominant things charity can help with, like getting the homeless off the streets, helping people that can't afford necessities such as a medication, and finally, why we should feel compelled to help people who are less fortunate than us. To begin, I'm going to be talking about the difficulties the homeless have to deal with. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, there are over 500,000 homeless people living in the United States to this day. We need to fix this problem terribly. Not only do the homeless not have a home, but they also don't have food. So that means 500,000 people are looking for food in trash cans or begging people for money to buy food. I found this quote by Vincent van Gogh. To save a life is a real and beautiful thing. To make a home for the homeless? Yes. It is a thing that must be good. Whatever the world may say, it cannot be wrong. This quote tells that making a home for the homeless is such an important deed. Basically, the homeless do not have an easy life to live, and they don't deserve that. Secondly, charity can help people who have a home, but don't have money to pay for important necessities. Possibly they don't have enough money to pay for a medication that is highly needed, or they can't afford their home loans. Think about how much less of people would be in hospitals, and maybe every citizen living in a home to call their own. It's like choosing between right or wrong, like getting something you want instead of donating the money to the people who need it most. I found this quote by Erich Fromm. Greed is a bottomless pit which exhausts a person in endless effort to satisfy the need without ever reaching satisfaction. This is an easy way to say that getting everything you want in life will never help you do anything without trying to reach satisfaction. It shows that from doing good, you will always feel a touch of satisfaction. But if you don't, you will never reach the feeling. Finally, I'm going to be talking about you and your instinct regarding what's best for you to feel good about yourself without involving money for all your needs. When you see a homeless person on the street, the first thing you probably think is, what did they do to end up living like that? And why did they do that to end living like that? Your first instinct will probably be, they don't deserve my money because it's their fault they're living on the street. As I said in the introduction, some people just need money for a pickup, like they aren't making enough money at their job. Unfortunately, some people have even worse than that. For example, the homeless. If you overthink your first instinct, you will probably feel bad about the homeless and everybody else who are less fortunate. You probably think about it and realize it's best for you to feel good about yourself. Without buying something, you give the money to the homeless. After you do this deed, you feel a change of heart and absolutely amazing. The joy of the little things are always something we can count on. This is something that happened to me. A guy was outside of Aldi selling chocolate and books. For him able to go to a basketball tournament in Hawaii. I only brought a quarter with me to that trip, but I decided to do what's best and give him the quarter, without buying a chocolate or a book. After I did this deed, I felt overjoyed and good about myself and skipped all the way back to the car. In conclusion, there are a lot of things this world needs, but one thing that just might help this world is charity. So many things can be helped and solved just with a little bit of charity. Today, think of what you can do to help others who need it most. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucas Sega, and today I will be telling you about fruit trees. What do you think this world needs? I think this world needs more fruit trees because who doesn't like fruit? Our world needs more fruit trees because they can give a good source of organic food, they provide resources, and they can help people save money. A no secret, my parents love saving money. These are just a few reasons why more fruit trees would be so awesome. So, let's talk about organic food. Homegrown fruits. Homegrown fruit tastes way better than from the store. You wonder why it tastes better? There's something called pesticides, and when pesticides are sprayed on food, nature can't take its course to transfer the good vitamins from the soil to the fruit. At my house, we have a lemon tree that can really overproduce. We pick the ripe lemons one by one and use them for our dinner dishes and lemonade. Our lemons not only smell so good, but they add a special kick to our meals. My favorite drink is lemonade. And let me tell you, fresh, homemade lemonade is the best drink ever. The best part is we never have to buy lemons again. Remember how I told you my parents love saving money? Well, growing more fruit trees can help others save money, just like my parents. My dad is teaching me how to be a backyard farmer like when he was a kid in Texas. He also learned how to grow and take care of fruit trees from his dad. His favorite were peaches. I think fruit trees are easier to take care of and I like taking care of them with my family. I also like sharing them with our family and friends because we can help each other be healthier and save money. Nowadays, price of groceries are skyrocketing. So if you like to save money, you should start growing fruit trees too. Not only just growing fruit trees help people save money, and who wouldn't want that? But they also provide lots of resources. Some of them are using them for medicine, building materials, and shade on a hot day. Picture this. You're pruning an avocado tree on a sweltering summer day, and you're ready for a lemonade break. But there's no shade. Well, you can make a canopy between two trees and put up a little hammock and relax while drinking an ice cold, homemade, organic, delicious lemonade. That sounds perfect to me. In conclusion, I really believe that if we all planted more fruit trees, it'll make our world a healthier and tastier place. And it'll save you lots of money. Thank you for listening.
Speaker number 3.
Please, Can can you imagine a world where the air is fresh, the people are healthy, and the oceans are clean? However, the reality is the exact opposite. The air is contaminated. People are getting illnesses every single day, and the oceans are polluted. Hello, my name is Brenda Stelleroy, and today I will be informing you about what the world needs. The world needs to stop producing fossil fuels, eliminate drugs, and stop littering because it is affecting us and our environment. The world needs to stop producing fossil fuels because 81% of the total energy comes from coal, oil, and natural gases, otherwise known as fossil fuels. Unfortunately, fossil fuels are non-renewable resources. It takes up to 1 million years for them to regenerate. That's a long time. Scientists at this moment are dedicating their time to finding alternatives for fossil fuels because fossil fuels are creating toxic fumes that are floating up to the atmosphere and are poking holes in our atmosphere and letting the good air drain out but letting the bad air get in. Another big issue is that the world needs to eliminate drugs because kids, teens, and grown-ups can get addicted, get illnesses, or can even sadly die. According to kidshealth.org, drugs can damage the brain, the heart, and other important organs like the lungs. Drugs like cocaine, for example, can cause heart attacks, strokes, mental issues, and mental disorders. That's really bad. Drugs are really bad for us, and that's bad for our health too. The world also needs to eliminate littering. I believe the world needs to stop littering because because plastic pollution has rapidly become one of the most environmental issues. That's bad for us and our environment, such as 40% of the total plastic goes to landfills and just sits there for a long time. 32% of plastic is spread over our precious environment. 14% of plastic is incinerated and create toxic smoke that can poison us. 14% is recycled. And that's bad because only 2% is correct. According to California law, a person convicted of littering must pay a mandatory fine of no less than $250, but no more than $1,000. The government should put harsher laws, like more money, because nobody should be littering. Now, can you imagine a world where there's no fossil fuels, no drugs, and nobody is littering? I believe the world would be more cleaner, greener, and healthier. Nobody should be affecting the environment. Let's take action and save the world together. It's not just my responsibility, it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility. Let's save the world together.
Speaker number 4.
Did you know that according to the Council of Foreign Relations, there are 27 ongoing wars happening in the world right now? But what is leading to all of this global conflict? Hello, my name is Sofia Garcia, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of civility, respect, and responsibility to work together and be for the greater good of all people. In my life, I've attended 6 protests, all different. In each of them, I've noticed very powerful points of view being shared. Through posters, tutus, marches, and screams, people have tried to express their discontent, hoping that others will feel their frustration. Most important, I noticed that some issues that people thought were resolved were now being questioned. Things like studies done by people of medicine, as well as laws that were made to help other people. And even issues like global warming. I also witnessed people marching for issues that have been going on for a long time, and nothing has been done to fix them. So in the middle of any march, I just can't help but think, where does this all benefit? Is this for the greater good of everyone? And how can we fix this? According to News Nation, on January 27th, protests started because of the death of Tyre Nichols. As a 5th grader, it was something I heard a lot of students talk about, and it was heartbreaking. Of course, this started the conversation about change. But sadly, like before, it just all seemed to move on. Other news and opinions took over, and it became obvious how quickly their attention had changed. I mean, of course, our opinions do change in what affects us. What happens when it doesn't affect us, but it's affecting others? How can we move on while others suffer injustice? Most important, what can we do as children to be a part of the solution? This last COVID pandemic was hard on all of us, but it was also an enormous lesson for me. The COVID cases went up, and we became a part of the Stay Home and Save Lives cause. Later, I realized that many people, like my uncle, were living under a whole different pandemic. He was never given the option to stay home. His work required him to be out every single day. That was when I understood the idea of same storm, different boat. I would have never realized this had I never listened to him, and that was an important lesson, listening. I mean, staying home and saving lives was the correct thing in my eyes, but I had to understand that the things may be different for others, other people. Many of the current conflicts are urgent and are caused by enormous division amongst ourselves. It really does seem like everyone is either on one side or the other. So we cannot begin to solve any issues unless we work together. Now, as kids, you may think, let's have the adults handle this. But the reality of that is that most of this division starts with us kids. It could be as simple as boys at an elementary school not letting the girls play basketball or calling someone rude names. This is where our division starts, and it does not help the issues that we need to solve. We need to start listening to one another and integrate as a community and fix our problems together. Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said, a meaningful life is not living for oneself, but living for one's community. And I think this is what summarizes the cause and the solution of all the conflicts in the world. So let us start by repeating this. I will advocate for issues that affect everyone and not just me. I will do this by being respectful to others and understanding that what might not affect me might affect others. So I will listen to others and be willing to work together. This is the solution. Nothing will ever be solved unless we work together and listen to one another. If we wait until issues affect us to try to create change, we are not a community. We need to practice civility and respect for others. So I challenge the future Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Helen Keller, all future advocates to rise up and show your empathy. Be the ears of the problems affecting those around us. Because like Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. So start by respecting each other, understanding that we may have different views, but be willing to listen and to compromise. That will bring the change we need into our world. Thank you very much for your time.
Speaker number 5.
Contaminación en el mundo, en el aire, en el mar y en la tierra. Pollution everywhere, in our air, land, and our ocean. Imagine all the pollution we generate each day. Some examples are transportation, which includes cars, trucks, motorcycles, planes, and helicopters. All these moving vehicles generate pollution every day by burning fossil fuels known as gasoline. Have you noticed the smoke coming out of power plants? That pollutes the air by giving off a harmful gas called methane. Also, have you ever swum in an ocean full of trash? All that trash comes from fuel spillages, littering, and sewage. Now, can I ask you a question? What can you do to help the planet? Again, what can you do to help the planet? Any thoughts? Well, I can help you out. Pick up trash in the streets, don't litter. You can also recycle stuff you would normally throw away. For example, if you finish a plastic bottle of water, you could cut it in half and plant more plants. Also, the world needs to stop cutting trees. Trees play a vital role in human life by giving us oxygen to breathe and our fruits and vegetables. Trees may not speak, but put yourself in the tree's place. Would you be happy if humans were destroying your home or your habitat? Would you? Our forests and our trees are disappearing at alarming rates, and what are we going to do to stop deforestation? Now, there are 3 types of pollution. First, air pollution, which involves burning fossil fuels, wildfires, natural gas-free homes, and power plants that are generated by coal and oil. The next type of pollution is water pollution. Water pollution is very hurtful to sea animals. Some causes to water pollution includes sewage, littering, and oil waste. This type of pollutant is unsafe because if the ocean is polluted, we cannot trust that the clean water that we drink will be polluted or not. The following pollution is land pollution. So land pollution is the result of cutting down trees, destroying habitats, and nuclear waste. The journalist Chai Jing once said, "The strongest governments on earth cannot clean up pollution by themselves. They must rely on each ordinary person like you and me, on our choices and our will." La periodista Chai Jing dijo, "Los gobiernos más fuertes sobre la tierra no pueden limpiar la contaminación por ellos mismos. Deben confiar en cada persona ordinaria como tú y yo, en nuestra voluntad y nuestras opciones." What does that quote mean? It means the earth can't clean itself up. We have to clean it ourselves. We can't just sit down and give up. We have to act fast before our earth collapses to pollution. Trees are being cut, oceans are dying, and habitats are being lost. And the cause is pollution. Are we going to give up or are we going to stand up for what's right? ¿Nos vamos a rendir o vamos a hacer lo que es correcto? I strongly believe that pollution makes a harsh environment and a bad planet. Also, don't forget the importance of recycling. Recycling reduces harmful materials in oceans and land. Do you know the cause of littering? Well, you might be thinking, it's just one piece of trash. How bad can it be? Well, guess what? All that trash starts to build up and it goes to our land and our aquifers. Now, what are aquifers? Aquifers are the land water that we get to drink, wash our cars, and the water to our crops. Littering can contaminate our aquifers, oceans, ponds, and lakes. Let's take care of our planet. Hay que cuidar nuestro planeta. This is Alfonso Mota trying to tell you how less pollution can make a better world. Thank you for your time.
Speaker number 6.
Okay, hello, my name is Angel, and today I'll be talking about deforestation. Deforestation is happening all over the world, and in 1990, 1 billion acres of trees was destroyed. The cause of this is people like us. People are destroying trees to make farms and buildings. And these farms and buildings are taking up so much space, it causes people to cut even more trees down. Furthermore, we are losing our trees because of wildfires. Wildfires are happening more frequently and they burn out large chunks of the forest. Also, farmers use fire as a method to make space for their farms. Additionally, people are cutting down trees illegally. This is called illegal logging. People are cutting down trees illegally because they need resources like oil and gas, and most of the time they don't get caught. These problems can lead to more greenhouse gases, which makes global warming even worse. Also, this can cause a disruption in the water cycle, meaning it will change the directions of where rivers flow. This can also increase soil erosion. Soil erosion is when land is washed into the ocean, so we'll have less land in our future. Another thing that will get affected by this is the animals that live in these forests. Since the animals that live in these forests heavily depend on the trees to survive, they will be wiped out if all forests are cleared out. These are only a few effects of what happens when you lose too many trees. Here are 3 ways you can help stop deforestation. The first way is by planting trees in your neighborhood, as long as you have permission. The second way you can help is by is by supporting companies that sell reusable products. The third way you can help is by buying this wooden products like furniture. Now that you know 3 ways you can help stop deforestation and why we must stop it, will you help stop this worldwide problem? Thank you.
Speaker number 7.
As a fellow human being, have you ever thought of what the world really needs to make people's lives better? After learning some of the top world crises, I will inform you about the 3 things I believe this world needs now, which are peace, love, and unity. Allow me to further elaborate. Firstly, peace is important for the world because without peace, it will not be possible to achieve the levels of trust, cooperation, and inclusiveness needed for societies to be resilient to shocks, manage disputes, and adapt to changes in their environment. For example, the war in Ukraine has sparked the world's fastest, largest displacement crisis in decades, according to the United Nations Refugee Agency. pushing the country into the watershed for the first time since 2017. Many still in the country are facing winter without access to food, water, and healthcare and other essential supplies. The conflict continues to have ripple effects across the world. Secondly, love is one of the most significant things of the world. Ties thread of union among each one of us and can bring us closer to one another, even in tough times. We just can't imagine humanity without it. For instance, conflicts have been rising in places such as Yemen, South Sudan, Afghanistan, Venezuela, and Myanmar, and driving massive displacements of people. Globally, there are now more than 82 million people living in refugee camps or away from home, creating tensions among communities. We urge our families to make dangerous journeys in opening up the world. But if we try to open our hearts to others, understand others, and learn how to love and accept, then maybe we can stop all this. We need love in our society, not hate. Lastly, unity is important because it is togetherness. People in unity look forward towards achieving a common goal instead of satisfying their own selfish motives. And they always help each other whenever they can. People love their nation as well as their fellow citizens. Therefore, it is the fact that they should be able to live with a better life or with a better lifestyle only when they maintain unity. When there is national development. And it is quite obvious that national development is possible only when we can maintain unity. Peace, love, and unity are all things that can help make the world a better place for people to live in. It would make a great impact.
It's my workout for the day. It's the only exercise I get. Speaker number 8.
What does our world need? Some people say our world needs more food to help the hungry, but to get more food, we need water. Others say we need more housing to help the homeless, but to make more housing, we need water. We even need more trees, but to grow more trees, we need water. This is why I have decided that the world needs more water. I am Tyler Bradshaw, a 5th grader at CVLCC Elementary School. We can't make more water, but we can preserve it. According to the United States Geological Survey, or USGS, 71% of Earth is water. That might sound like a lot, but 97% of our water is saltwater. This means that only 3% of our water is fresh and usable. Since we can't make more water, preservation is key. We've been learning about saving water and saving our planet since TK, but now it is time to take action. We all take part in this, even in small actions like turning off the sink when we're brushing our teeth, taking short showers, turning off the sprinklers when it's raining. But now it's time to take a bigger action. Did you know that in 2015, the United States of America used more water than any other country in the world? Even those with higher populations like China and India, we Americans must try to preserve this precious resource. The less water we use, the longer it will last. A great website that I found is called nrdc.org. NRDC stands for Natural Resource Defense Council. This organization works to protect Earth, its people, its plants and animals, and its natural resources. Some big changes that this organization wants us to make have to do with our water footprint. Have you heard about this? A water footprint is a measurement of how much water we use. That includes the food we eat and the clothes we wear. For example, think about our food. How much water was needed to raise the animals we eat or grow the fruits and vegetables? According to NRDC, switching from a morning cup of coffee to tea can save 11,000 gallons of water a year. Eating chicken instead of beef saves 70,000 gallons of water a year. Even better, becoming vegetarian saves almost 100,000 gallons of water a year. This doesn't mean you have to stop drinking coffee or eating hamburgers, but some changes will make a big difference. Another way to save water is thinking about our clothing. A cotton t-shirt needs 700 gallons of water to be produced. To prevent wasting water, we can keep clothing longer and take care of it. If this is too small for you, don't throw it away, donate it. Another way to preserve clothing and water is to buy used clothing. The more we do this, the more water we save. So now, it's your turn to help the Earth.
Speaker number 9.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Segura. I am 11 years old, and I am a 5th grader at Alta Elementary. Today, I will be talking about what the world needs, and that is peace. Peace is something that the world needs. Many people think that the world needs to stop world hunger. That is also important. But our focus right now should be peace. Here are some reasons why the world needs peace. The first example is something very common, that is war. War is one of the worst things ever. According to my research on Google, there's as many as 23 wars in the world right now. Crazy, right? And made an estimate that as many as 6 million people have died in the Vietnam War from 1955 to 1975. Now that's crazy. The most recent example is the Ukraine War. In 2022, many people got hurt and separated from their families. That must be sad. Imagine you getting separated from your family. That's why we need peace to stop war. Another example is to build trustworthy societies so crime rates may decrease. For example, many people don't like crime, so they try to avoid it. However, some people commit crime just for fun. So we need peace to stop crime, or we will have a safer world. The last reason why the world needs peace is to build a safer environment so kids can have a good future. For example, if there are bad things happening and we don't have peace, kids won't be able to have a good future. But if there is peace, kids will be able to have a better and safer future. There can be many opinions on what the world needs, and there can be a lot of changes that can be done in the world. I strongly feel on what the world needs right now is peace. So, in my opinion, on what the world needs right now is peace. Now, I ask you, do you think the world needs peace? Because I do, and I think you should too.
Speaker number 10.
Hello, my name is Oscar. Do you remember to recycle? Well, probably not because only 32% of you recycled in 2022. To me, that means that not enough people are recycling. Can you believe that 2050 and 28 years from now, there will be more trash than fish in the ocean? I strongly believe the world needs more recycling because we need to save money, save energy, and protect animals. First, we need to recycle to save money. One way is to use water bottles that are reusable. That could save you $1,236 a year because you probably spend that amount on plastic water bottles that you just throw away. Also, trash removal is costly. To have your trash removed weekly costs an average of $30 per ton and $50 per ton dumped in a landfill. Once trash is in a landfill, it takes plastic 20 to 500 years to decompose. But if you choose to recycle instead, your plastic wouldn't need to go to a landfill and could be used to make new materials and products. Secondly, recycling could help save energy. Did you know that recycling 10 plastic water bottles could save up enough energy to power up a laptop longer than 25 hours? That could extremely be useful in an emergency to power up a tablet or any phone or device you may need. Also, recycling 1 ton worth of plastic could save up to 5,774 kilowatts of energy. One way it will save energy is by eliminating the need to purchase new materials needed to make the plastic. Finally, the best reason to recycle is to protect animals. Over 22% of sea turtles, that's 1,000 turtles, die from eating one single piece of plastic in the ocean. Also, many other aquatic animals get trapped by trash and die. In my personal experience, I've seen many aquatic animals eating plastic like it's food. Later on, humans eat those animals and know to get plastic in our healthy body. No one would want that, right? You know, bone thread sharks eat the most plastic in the ocean, more than any other animal. What's crazy is that the bone thread shark is a personal favorite to some people and chefs because it tastes the same, even sometimes better than chicken. Also, it's sweet, and who doesn't like sweetness in their food? That means that a lot of people are getting exposed to plastic that the shark ate, causing health problems. In conclusion, I strongly believe the world needs more recycling to save energy, save money, save energy, and protect animals. Please do your part in saving the world by recycling.
Speaker number 11.
The other day, I was running errands from home. It was just an ordinary day. First to the grocery store, then off to get lunch. All of a sudden, a police car sped past. This is the first time I've seen a police car drive pretty quickly in front of everyone. Suddenly, the police car started swerving in every lane in front of everyone. Then, he got out of his police car and grabbed what seemed to be a large bent metal pole that was in the exact same lane me and my mom were driving in. If that officer wasn't there, me and my mom could have been seriously injured. About 300,000 tons of trash are littered yearly, and according to researchers, about 25,000 car accidents are caused by littering each year, and when people are trying to swerve past trash, then they crash on the lane next to them. When we litter and stop taking care of our environment, we are causing these situations to happen that could cause car accidents or possibly something worse. This could happen to you. Either. Have you ever seen someone litter and you want to tell them to stop? Well, I believe you should. My name is Jacob Higney. I'm a 5th grader from Miller Charter School. Here in San Diego, we generate nearly 1.6 million tons of trash per year. This contributes to more problems than you realize. I believe this world needs to protect our environment. We could do this by decreasing littering and increasing recycling. This is a hugely important topic with a lot of factors, so let's get to work. Students at Mueller pick up the trash they see and put it in trash bins around school daily. However, outside of school, I don't see kids bothering to pick up the trash. This is a huge problem. Not only that, but over 1 million animals die each year after ingesting or becoming entrapped in improperly disposed trash. Trash that is not placed in the correct disposal area is killing wildlife. Litter can also cause water pollution. According to the CDC, 7.2 million Americans each year get sick from diseases spread through water. Littering just one piece of trash can impact animal and human survival. So, if we decrease the amount of litter we see on Earth, we're protecting our environment, right? Wrong. Where's this trash actually going when we put it in the trash can? This trash heads to landfills. Landfills are problematic and harmful towards the environment. They take away land from wildlife, release harmful gases into the air, and contaminate water. Landfills with all our trash are not the only problem. According to climateaction.org, over 267 species of animals worldwide are being affected by plastic waste. This contributes to pollution like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is basically a whirlpool of floating objects in the North Pacific Ocean that's pulling mostly plastic into a huge mass. So, what can we do to protect our environment? Recycling may be one of our best options. When we recycle, we reduce the amount of trash going to landfills. Which prevents pollution to our air and water. Also, if plastic products were created with better quality, we could reuse them more often. If we decrease littering and increase recycling, pollution will decrease, which will help us protect our environment even more. Air pollution from landfills and power plants contribute to the negative health and environmental problems. People who are exposed to this pollution are at greater risk for experiencing severe health issues, such as cardiovascular diseases, asthma, and even cancer. So, while we decrease pollution, while we decrease littering and increase recycling, we could decrease pollution. Start with something small. Use a reusable bag at the grocery store, or purchase a reusable cup that you can use day after day. Finally, September 16th is National Cleanup Day, and May 18th is Ride Your Bike to Work Day. These are times to educate yourself and others on the importance of decreasing littering and increasing recycling. Adding more trash cans and recycling cans that are labeled with easy to read signs telling people what trash goes in what bins would be a good start. Putting trash and recycling cans where there are a lot of people should encourage recycling and decrease littering. Increasing fines and punishments for breaking littering laws is another way. If people have harsher consequences to their actions, it could keep them from doing it in the first place. Trash is horrible for the environment. We need to stop littering. We need to recycle more. If we do these things, we can protect our environment even more. Many people believe littering isn't that big of a deal, but it is. I know this will make you feel different about littering, so let's fix this huge issue. I challenge you to make one small difference in your behavior today. Pick up that wrapper and throw it away, or purchase a reusable cup that you can use day after day. If everyone did one thing a day to help protect our environment, we'd be making a huge difference. Thank you for your time.
Speaker number 12.
For mental health needs is more sunlight, more candor, and more unashamed conversation. This quote is by Glenn Close. Hi, my name is Nadia Sarmiento, and I'm a fifth grader at Rice Elementary School. What I think Glenn Close means by this quote is, when we talk about mental illness, we think poorly of it. But why do we think that? Once we hear someone is suffering from a mental illness, we tend to treat them differently. And this is why I think the world needs more mental health awareness. What I can tell you is that there are more than 50 million people that struggle with a mental illness. I'm here to talk to you about the causes of a mental illness, how your mental health can affect your life, and how you can help others who suffer from a mental illness. There are many causes to mental illness. Physical and verbal abuse can cause mental illness. Both can be considered bullying. It can affect your life in so many ways. For example, you can experience isolation and loneliness. We all know that mistreatment can lower one's self-esteem. If not treated, grief can also affect a person's mental health. Grief is another cause of mental illness that affects people significantly. It is a reaction to losing a loved one. Many people have difficulty accepting the loss and therefore result into different waves of emotions as well as feeling detached from everybody else. I had personally lost a loved one. I lost my grandma in 2021 due to COVID and other health issues. She always encouraged me to do new things, challenged me to be a hard worker. She put others first before herself. She's a giver, not a receiver, and overall, a caring person. My loss affected me in many ways. I lost some sleep, I was sad, distracted, in denial, and upset. I dealt with this grief by talking to my parents, sister, and my friends. They are my support system. Grief is so unexpected, and when it happens, no one is ever prepared. So, if you see someone grieving due to loss, make sure to give them comfort and love. Not being mentally stable can affect your life. For example, socializing with new people can be scary because they may not be aware of your mental health. Having mental illness can disrupt your feelings, mood, and thinking. This means it's a hard task to even function. Just because this is true, don't let this stop you from being a hard worker and doing a good job at what you do best. Having bad mental health can have a negative impact on your physical health as well. For instance, depression can increase risk of health issues, specifically in long-lasting conditions, which could be heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. All of these could lead to death. This being said, this should motivate you to work on your mental health. Being physically active can help reduce the amount of stress you're feeling. Sleep and eating healthy is key, because both of these can help improve your mood. How can you help? Look for signs of mental illness in people. There could be physical abuse, which causes changes in behavior such as aggression and withdrawal. There's also verbal abuse, which can create anxiety and isolation. To help others, you can simply be there for them, to support them, being a good listener, or encourage them to get professional help. Even though I don't have to go through all of this, I still understand the impact of what bad mental health has on people. Traumatic events tend to leave a scar that is not visible to other people. Not many people can relate to the struggle of dealing with the mental illness. When going through stressful life events, being conscious of mental illness symptoms is significant to your health. My goal here is to ensure that my generation doesn't have to deal with this. Hopefully you all have learned something from this. My name is Nelly Sarmiento and I thank you for your time.
Speaker number 13.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. It's written in the Declaration of Independence. But what about women? I get it. When it was written, women and men didn't have the same rights. But why haven't we changed what it said? So many women have changed the world. Hi, my name is Janice, and today I will be speaking of why I think this world needs to recognize more women heroes. Today I will be speaking of 3 specific women. Of course, I understand. There's many more women who have changed the world, but I feel the need to speak of this. I will be speaking of Joan of Arc, Mary Curie, and Mary Wollstonecraft. Let's celebrate Joan of Arc for her for her bravery and her confidence. How many people know about her? Please, raise your hand. Well, if you lived in France and you were a woman in her time, you could not dress like a man or lead an army. But guess what? She did both things. Talk about brave, am I right? While leading the army, she led them to victory in the year 1429. But sadly, when they found out she was a woman and not a man, they burned her alive. Talk about unfairness. But like she once said, go for bravely and fear nothing. Trust in God and all will be well. Now that's something she definitely did. We should honor women like her. For example, her mom, sister, friend, and many more. You can also honor your teachers because they go out to teach 20 to 30 kids. Because whether they have social anxiety or fear public speaking, they still go up and show confidence and bravery. We should also recognize Marie Curie for her smartness and because she never gave up. She was a polished French physicist. As a polished French physicist, she discovered the elements to radium and polonium, but she was mostly known for finding the treatments to cancer. Cancer! And even if she made mistakes, she did not give up, and that led her to finding something really important for this world. We should recognize women like her. Because every woman and girl here is smart, and every person here will find something big or will be something big, just like Mary Curie. We should also recognize and honor the woman that I will be speaking more of. She stood up for what she thought was right, and she didn't care about what people thought of her. So have a guess? One last word. Activist. She was a women's rights activist. And her name was Mary Wollstonecraft. Okay, close your eyes, please. I want you to imagine you're her. You use almost half your life to fight for women's rights. Yet people in the future forget about you. Open your eyes. How would you feel? I know exactly how I would feel. Some maybe mad, furious. Close your eyes one more time, please. You're you. You get to spend a day with Mary. And you have to tell her one last thing before you leave. What would it be? Please, think about it for 5 seconds. Time's up, people. I know what I would say. Mary, you changed the world. Yet people still forget about you in the future. And women like her should be recognized. Because many people think what they're gonna say if I wear this shirt, my hair like this, or just about anything. So when someone does it, that is tremendous. And that is why I am here today to speak of why I know this world needs to recognize more women heroes, just like Joan of Arc, Mary Curie, and Mary Wollstonecraft. You can honor those women who have impacted your life with a simple hug or simply saying thank you. One last thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are. I am so sorry, I apologize. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal. Now, that sounds 10 times better. Have an outstanding rest of your day.
Speaker number 14.
What does the world need? I think kindness. We should be able to walk out into this world and see great smiles and hear great compliments in general. Also, you should never live with somebody that wants you to live, but you should live in a way you won't be ashamed of. Enjoy every moment you have with somebody because you won't know if you have another with someone. There's a saying that goes, the past is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today's a gift. That's why they call it the present. Let's see how much kindness you can make with your present to make the world a better place for today and tomorrow. You're a kind that helps lift people up and helps them to succeed, and all it takes is a few words for compliments. You should never bring somebody down. Imagine if everybody was nice, how good this world would be. If you're nervous or something, think of how the outcome will be. Think of the effect it'll have. Plus, everything happens for a reason. So don't be worried, be happy you have the option to do it. Because others don't have that option. You should also never bully, because when you bully, it brings people down. Everyone needs a little bit of help. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. So don't be mean, be nice to everybody and help change their perspective so they'll be kind to somebody else. Kindness can be contagious, so let's spread something good for once.
That's my speech, and thank you for listening.
Wow, wasn't that incredible? You stand up here so we can give you a big round of applause. So come on up here for just a minute. We want you to see all of these smiling faces, these talented speakers. All right? We'll have an opportunity for some pictures later too. But let's give these incredible speakers a big Now, you did a fantastic job, but the hardest job today is with our judges. So we're going to excuse our judges so they can get busy on figuring out who our 3 finalists will be moving forward are. So they're going to take their laptops with them and their clipboards, and they're going to head on out so that then they can get that figured out for us. And in just a moment, I'm going to excuse our students back to the room you were waiting in, and you have some snacks waiting for you because you certainly deserve it. And we'll wait just a little bit for our judges, and then we'll come back. Everybody will come back together in just a minute. Okay. So just let's let them go on through. Thank you. And if you head on out that way, Ms. Castro will take you to her office. If you don't need the computer because you're not using it, you could leave it there, but either way. If you wrote on paper, easier to see. Okay, again, another incredible hand. We're so proud of you. So you're going to have a chance to go have a snack, rest a little bit, right? And then they're going to bring you back in a little while. So you can head on out this way. Thank you to Mrs. Nzunza. She is an incredible person here at part of the speech contest. She's going to help take them out. Well, how proud you must all be, right? What an incredible morning. Thank you for being here. You have just a few minutes to stretch, relax. It'll probably be about 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little more. You want to use the restroom, the lobby, but then kind of mingle on back in here. And we'll call you back together in just a little bit. All right, everyone. So excited, right? Yeah. Before the judges come back in and we announce who our 3 finalists are, I would like to take an opportunity because I know that all of you're here today because you are incredible students. And you also have a whole lot of people who care about you and love you and support you. And many of them got to come today. So I'm going to give you an opportunity, if you would like, to stand up and to introduce anybody who has joined you today, whether it's some of your family or friends or somebody from your school. If you'd like to. You don't have to, but you can. Let me first out of the way. I'm gonna hurry ya. If you can introduce whoever came to support you today. So we're going to start with speaker number 1. If you'd like to go to the center and introduce who you came with today, would you like to? Yes, we can clap for her. Speaker number 1, would you like to introduce who you brought today?
My mom and my teacher.
Okay, good. Speaker number 2.
I'd like to thank my mom and my sister because they really helped me during my speech.
That's fantastic. Speaker number 3.
I brought with me today my dad and my mom, but my dad left, so my mom did. But I'd like to thank them.
Number 4.
I like to thank my mom because she is like involved in a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, and she's helped me out through a lot of ways.
Add the tissue box for me. Speaker number 6.
Wait,
Oh, I missed 5. Sorry. Thank you. Speaker number 5.
I recognize my mom and my grandparents that were always there to help me with the speech and to practice it.
Okay. Speaker number 6.
I would like to thank my dad, my grandma, and my teacher, Miss Rivera.
Number 7.
I'd like to thank my mom.
Speaker number 8.
I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my dad, but he is not here.
And what about your poor brother? He was here too. Speaker number 9.
He knows he's thanked.
Thank my mom because she's helped me with my speech.
Number 10.
I'd like to recognize my mom and my dad for always supporting me.
Number 11. Thanks for helping me.
I would love to recognize my mom, Miss Luca, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Arias, and Miss Mir. They really helped me during the speech, and I would love to recognize them for what they've done.
Number 12.
I would like to thank my parents and my sister for supporting me and helping me out throughout my whole speech.
I would like to recognize everyone that came with me, which are my mom, my sister, my dad, my teacher, Miss Arasmendi, my church teacher, Miss Tamara, and Miss Gallion, because all of them have helped me and supported me throughout these years, and even if I'm new.
Speaker number 14.
I'd like to thank my dad and my mom because my dad and my mom, they taught me everything I know today, and even with the teachers helping me with everything, my dad and my mom reduced it, so I know everything I know right now is because of them.
Goodness, that was incredible. Well, we have some more people to thank again, and that's our incredible judges. Again, I don't want to forget, I said thank you before, but I'd also like to thank Mrs. Castro again for all of them on here. Mrs. Cruz, our timer, thank you. Mrs. Nzinza for all the things in the background. And we also have two gentlemen in the back, our photographer, Mr. Chavez, and our videographer, Mr. Carlos. Okay, so now we're ready, right? Everybody's ready? I want to remind you of something before we call up our three finalists. We want you to know that we are so proud of every single one of you. And the fact that you're here, you are all winners. Everybody is a winner today. So turn to one of your speakers near you and let them know what a great job you thought they did. All right. Okay, so we're going to be happy for each other. We are so happy that you're all here. The three people that we move forward to the finals, we'll be coming on Monday morning to speak off with 3 other 5th grade students for the finals, okay? So, here we go. So this is in no particular order. It's just our 3 finalists that will be moving forward. So we're gonna call you up one at a time. You're gonna go in front of the TV, and then we're gonna take a picture of our 3 finalists. And then we're all gonna join because we're all winners, and you're gonna get to have a picture taken up at the front, okay? Are we ready?
Yes.
I think I've drug it on just long enough for you, haven't I? All right. Our first finalist today is going to be number 4, Sophia from Cook. Our second finalist, moving forward to the finals, is number 13. And our third finalist, moving forward to the finals, is number 5, Alfonso. Scoot over here, but
I know, I thought you were gonna make that.
guys, Mr. Chavez is going to take a picture. And while he's taking a picture, let's give them another video. Okay, and because like I said, you are all winners, we're all going to go back up. For a picture. So we're going to try to switch over this way. This way.
Hey guys, give me a big smile, okay? Take 2 photographs. Count 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, and 3. Good job.
All right, let's give them another. Again, we want to thank you all for these incredible speakers, all of your support, and for being here today. Thank you so much. And we look forward to either seeing you next year for the 6th grade speech contest, or some of you will be seeing you then back on Monday. So thank you again, everybody. Have a great day. Stay.